Hello, bros, I'm a contest with 0 profile production, next part, Minecraft Lord of the Rings mod. Wait. Why did the sound to my headset disappear? Oh, for fuck's sake. It means I have to restart it. I need to restart the Minecraft when the sound to my headset disappears. For some reason, Minecraft thinks it's damn funny if a sound unit gets connected and disconnected. Gets disconnected and connected again. That no, it should not work anymore. It's not making any sense. I'm playing Minecraft without any sound at all. It actually gets very, very confusing. It's not possible. I've gone to extreme length to make sure that the sound actually works as it should. But no. It is much better to screw me over in every way that's possible. And something is very wrong with OBS, I found out. Because I went into the tab for fixing to record the stream that before the ones that didn't record. It actually was recording, but the file stopped recording and got corrupted. So I did actually start that recording, but for some reason it didn't work. But that's good because streaming made it possible to still get that back. Though I found out one thing also, that on my fixing tab, I do not have any microphone available. I only have the desktop recording, but for some reason it still records sounds that comes from outside. Considering my computer was recording the file, it took like 1.5 hours, and so I was watching Netflix on my TV while that was happening, and you can hear me watching Netflix. And I'm not going to record that again because I don't know how to get that audio away because it's not supposed to be there. If I don't have an audio device hooked up to that, why did it record the sound? There were no audio devices supposed to record sound there. Really strange. Oh god, my eye itches. So I don't know what is OBS. It cannot record something that is not even set up to record. That's haunted software there, right there. I also checked up how many chests I need for the calculated area. Actually, I do have it on my computer because I had to count it. Let's see. I need 1,188 chests. And that is 18.5 stacks of chests. That's a lot of chests. That's how many chests for the storage area I plan to have here in the Palantir Tower is what I need. And just so you know, that's a hell of a lot more chests than what I have in my starter base. Though my starter base still has all the farms, so I'm probably gonna have a lot of things still there. I'm still gonna be there for all the working with the farms and such, but it is probably gonna be more not used unless I have to. Alright, this floor is in. Alright, now I put in this floor. We need a floor that up there also put in. I will try to put in some water elevators this time, so we can at least get everything put up efficiently. 1, 2, 3. You're not supposed to be able to spawn! The whole area is spawn-proofed. Oh, there are creepers down there. I mean, I will get everything 100% spawn-proofed eventually. It's not as easy as that, though. I'm gonna need several water elevators to get to every point that I Neat. Of course, I could make some kind of redstone way to actually always get off at the floor I need, but me trying to figure out how that works without breaking it, yeah, that won't be well. So I'm just gonna make several ones. Where did... Let's see. Next to the window, next to the window. Wait. I can have them above the window. Yeah, or it's supposed to be above the window. That's it. What? What about you just running at it and smacking it in the face? Huh. Yeah. Probably, I'm gonna need a lot more birch. Where are you guys even coming from? You shouldn't be able to spawn in here. Where? It is pretty impressive, I think. Let's see. Need another birch. Well, let's sleep, so it comes daytime. Actually, to get as many chests as I need, I should also cut down the spruce so we get a lot of wood. I mean, 18.5 stacks of chests. That's gonna take a little while to craft up, and they're gonna requires a lot of wood. So gathering what we need as early as possible will help with that. I've not figured out really how many levels they're gonna be in the tower just yet. But the Palantir stone is in, and it's fine, and it is searching for the others. When the Palantir stone finds the others, who knows what will happen. Perfect. Hey. Oh, I'm supposed to be one higher. Okay. Did you hear something? I mean, it's a little bit funny. and nothing to offer you. You have already gotten your daily ration of candy. My cat is telling me something. But I can't hear him too well considering my headphones on. What are you doing? I actually a spider managed to climb all this way up. I'm gonna do that so the spiders can't catch me. You'll never catch me alive! Well, you won't catch me dead either, because if I'm dying, I'm going to make sure there's nothing left of me. What is the spawning requirements for these guys? It's not dark enough for you to even attack me. See, this spider knows the deal. He knows he can't attack me because it ain't dark enough. Now he thinks it's dark enough. You can't just go to a dark patch just to have a reason to attack me. Stop it. Stop it. Ah! Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff. Come back here, Enderman. You will face your... Hey! Come back up here. Is my iron golem down there dead? Yeah, it must be dead because there's absolutely no way. that many mobs could be down there if it was still alive. I can't have this for it sounds too much. Nothing really makes this being collected faster. Ah! Damn it! Stop it! This is the most effective way to actually get rid of all of these. I mean, in the middle I could throw bombs, that would work. But there are other problems, of course. I think this bottom level I will have 3 floors. One there and one other there. And then in the next, after that floor, I am not sure just yet. That didn't work. What happens if I use a shovel then? No, that didn't work either. What is this qualified as? I mean, it's wood and dirt. Funny thing is, whoops, no. I could potentially actually place them there, but I'm gonna get the end rods to be able to. But if I do that, wait, alright, 2 blocks above, I can. But I did actually account for one. Straight. I plan to put the block in the middle first, but I mean the beacon is such much a better option. They're gonna have the water elevator to this floor here. Ow. Ow. Yeah. Ah! Run! But they're on the outside too. They're everywhere. Can I fly through that hole? Yeah, I can. Alright, so now I have marked out where I'm gonna have the water elevator to the top. This floor is very high. But maybe I should put 3 floors in here too, but I need to know exactly how high it is before I do that. But I do want to get the bottom floor done first. I want to try something. Let's fly somewhere where we can test this out without causing any major problems. There's gonna be my testing area. Alright, let's try this out. So let's put one of those there and one of these here, and now let's try this with a bomb. See what explodes. Okay, both of those explode, so I can't use bombs to clear out the floor in there, or I might actually cause more damage than I want. I mean, it is cause more damage than I want. Does those islands only spawn in slime chunks? It's a good question. Oh, come on! Not my fault that he went out in the rain. It's not my fault if he drowns in the rain. Drowning in the rain should be completely possible. You're not having any possible spawning positions. Technically, I should build a Palantir tower in Middle Earth too, but I mean, building the same thing twice would be excessive. I mean, I'm gonna build a mega base in Middle Earth too. Actually, I'm gonna build several mega bases, but only one that I actually gonna live in. I mean, everything will be technically nearly be a mega base. I mean, we gonna give you the Grey Havens mega base because the Grey Havens is pretty big. We're gonna build. We're gonna build a lot of things. Grey Havens, I think, is the only place there. We can do some messing around in the Blue Mountains, but I don't actually know anything about if the Blue Mountains actually have any constructions. I don't think there are any lore of it. I know them. The elves of Erebor, I mean the dwarves of Erebor, technically fled there and lived there for a few hundred years before they totally took Erebor. But, I mean, there's a lot of things to take into consideration. I'm not decided exactly where to have the storage yet, but after I'm done with this floor I can figure that out. One and a half stack of wood is one stack of chests. And I need 18 and a half stacks. This means I would need 9 extra stacks of wood more than 18. So that means I need 27 stacks of wood. That's a nearly an entire inventory. If you don't count the action bar. I could try actually here in the Middle Earth to build an ant moat. I'm gonna build a Grey Havens, Rivendell, I'm gonna build Bree, but that I can pretty much take inspiration for whatever I like. I'm gonna build Ortank, which is the tower in the middle of Isengard, and I'm gonna build a Steep. Gonna see a little bit what I can do in Lothlorien, and probably gonna build Dale, which is pretty much a town I'm gonna build in floating on top of water with a lot of water canals, which would mainly be the source of moving around there, would be with a boat. I will build Erebor, but that could be a task a little bit too big, because Erebor is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. The bigger the task, the harder the quest. The harder the quest, the more fun. I wonder if we should do anything at the Iron Hills. I mean, there are Iron Hill dwarves, I know that. But should we do anything with it? Now we have the Black Gate, which I do want to build, and what was the tower of the Red Eye called? I don't know. I mean, I hear the words from time to time, but I mean, it's not always easy to remember all the names of the lore. Minas Tirith, that's gonna be a hard thing to do. We have to align ourselves with Gondor and try to get as much white stone from Gondor's resources as possible, which is pretty much gonna be not omega base, that's gonna be an omega base. Because Minas Tirith is the biggest city in all of Middle Earth, I believe. I have no idea how I would do it. I mean, I believe nearly that only the front side of the wall before we move it one time to make it run around would at least have to be 100 blocks if we were to go by comparison. But we will try to make it smaller, but I would have to put the render distance at maximum to even have a small chance of being able to see the whole city. I mean, render distance can be put very high, but I mean, I would only have render distance set to that level once. I mean, if we do it right, we can see this entire one. But when we fly in, the render distance does cause a little bit of problems. Then we have also Edoras, which is going to be composed of mainly wood. I don't think Edoras actually have anything that would be of stone. I mean, maybe forges or something like that. I mean, I am pretty much in the audiobook where they're going to Helm's Deep. Actually, there's a chapter in book 2 that is called Helm's Deep. That's a chapter I'm in the beginning of. I mean, it's nice to listen to the books while taking a long walk. Then we also have to build the city of Osiligath, Minas Morgul. Then we also have Carndum. I'm not 100% sure. At least the Necromancer's citadel in the south of Mirkwood. What more do we have them? I mean, we're not gonna pretty much entertain the made-up lore of Lord of the Rings. I mean, I want to make it as lore-friendly as possible. We're gonna create the Mines of Moria, but I'm pretty much gonna use that. What was that? Forgotten Grotto? Forbidden Pond? I don't really know. But at least the Rangers' main outpost kind of. I think that is one thing I also will build. Whoops. Try to think out all the landmarks of Middle Earth. I'm not checked the factions really, but technically Isengard and Mordor should be neutral to each other. So even if I fight Mordor, Isengard should not target me. Because they technically aren't allies. They both use orcs, but they're technically both is looking for the ring. And not intending to give it to the other one if they find it. Who knows how long time it would take for a Palantir to actually get connection to another Palantir across dimensions. I should actually have renamed it Palantir. Actually, let's do that. Let's go and grab it and rename it Palantir. Ow. Let's just do that so we can actually grab it without it. Actually, let's do this so we don't destroy anything we don't want to. If you do it perfectly, you can land at top speed without actually taking damage. Palantir. No, that won't. Is that actually spelled like that? You can look that up really fast. Come on. Considering we haven't been in the webpage for a little while, it does take a little bit. That's actually called the Palantir. Oh wait, that's a Palantir. Palantir. I mean, several of the Palantirs has been lost, and this is one of the Palantirs that was lost. Pretty much got flung into another dimension by someone. I actually like the fact that this top part is open. I can't see the name, but it still feels better to know that it actually been named. I don't know if I mind it away that if it's gonna go back. Might not have the name anymore considering it's been placed. It might actually revert it to its original name. It is a beacon. Kind of a beacon. It is the best option for a Palantir. I mean, if you can place them above water and they still just work normally, I mean, it doesn't fulfill the purpose that the beacon we have on the water there does, but it does works as a nice substitute. Ha! Headshot! The only time I've not been able to use a bow in Minecraft with good efficiency isn't actually my... what was it? I don't remember the complete name, but and it's Minecraft in VR. I played Minecraft in VR. I streamed it. The really funny thing about that world was actually there was a zombie spawner right on the side, under the village I actually lived in. It took me a little while to notice that there came up a lot of zombies out of that hole in the ground. But I did manage to keep the village alive still. Until I found that out and pretty much just blocked up the hole. I did actually repair the ground in that village completely, but then I wonder, why does it sound like there's so many zombies under the ground in this part of the village? It's actually good that you don't need any of those spawners to actually make a sufficient XP farm. I mean, XP spawner, those spawners you can find, those are only good for a few things. I mean, it is to get the resources of the one thing they spawn. I mean, zombie spawners, rotten flesh. That's what you can get from them, but you can actually get iron from them. It's not as common, but at least you can get it. But, I mean, if you make a gold farm like I have, you can get a lot of rotten flesh fast anyway. And then it is of course bones, which you can get, but the main use for bones is bone meal if you don't tame wolves all the time. So suppose that is a sufficient use for it also. But, I mean, if you have an iron farm, you get enough flowers to compost that they pretty much get useless anyway. I mean, we have more bone meal than we know what to do with. I mean, I think the spider spawners probably is the most useful for the string. Because getting string normally is... It's pretty tedious if you want a lot of it. I mean, in the Vault Hunters world I actually found a spider spawner relatively close by. I mean, even though I lived on a floating island, I made a walkway that goes down and eventually hit the bedrock. But it was a lot of work getting it to build in the air, and then when we got to the water, it was a lot of work to clear it out. I mean, what you do pretty much if you don't want to block it up completely is that you just use the glass and just place them at that while diving. Place glass. I mean, pretty much is swim down, place a few glass, swim up, breathe. Swim down, place a few glass, and swim up and breathe. Pretty much what you're gonna do a lot of if you want to make a way to mine even though you're above water. I did make a gunpowder farm there, and even though enemies spawn on the floating island, it does actually produce enough gunpowder for me. We can make Ammon's Soul, but it technically is only ruins. I mean, there are along the waters also 2 statues of kings of old. One was Isildur, and the other one I don't remember. But I mean, making statues in Minecraft, making statues that are good is not easy. You can try to make it. We'll see if it works or not. It takes a while to do this. I should have built the floor of something else. It's a main reason I don't want to use this floor is because of the sound. I don't like how it sounds. I mean, birch floors, they sound like villagers sometimes, but it's still better. Oh, for fuck's sake. Takes me up this nearly entire episode just to remove this. But I really know 2 works better on it. And I would use explosives if the explosive did not work on quart blocks. Now let's set in the floor. We start by making the building rows, and then we're gonna continue with them filling it in. I do believe until next time I do gonna harvest some wood off screen, because we're gonna need a hell of a lot more birch and even a hell of a lot more spruce. Get down. What do you think you're doing? Get down. I think the skeleton actually has a fire bow. I removed fire from my bow, and I have a bow without fire. I mean, when we get to Middle Earth, I'm gonna get myself a melon bow. Just because you're invisible doesn't mean I can't see you. That actually does sound strange. I mean, the point of being invisible is so you can't see them. Wait. The water elevator is on that side. It shouldn't be on that side. The water elevator I intend to have. It should be on the side that is on the... It should be on this side, which is furthest from the entrance. Stop shooting arrows at me! There is a lot of floors. I actually remember one time when I was young, before I learned English, I did actually play games that didn't have any other language. One of those games I remember mostly and playing before I learned English was actually Knights of the Old Republic, which is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. And it's pretty funny how I did everything. I mean, I learned ways to become good and ways to become bad. I did play bad several times because that what you got the most loot and money and such from. But that was before I learned English, so that means I didn't really know what implications it was because I didn't know what I was saying even. It's pretty fun to replay those games these days, just to see what it was you did wrong. I mean, these days when you actually know English, you can't really think about playing a game without knowing what they are saying. If you can't understand what they're saying, you usually don't play the game. I mean, I bought one game in VR. It cost 1,000, but it was 20. I mean, it was 100 euros, pretty much. But it was a 20-minute gameplay. You finish the entire game in 20 minutes. And I wasn't even speedrunning it. I just played it normally. I mean, that game, I complained to Steam and got my money back. Of course, they moved the game from my library also, but I'm glad they did that. If they let me keep the game, I would have requested them to remove it anyway. I don't want to see that game ever again. I'm thinking after I'm done with Dying Light, I do have several options actually of games now when I think about it. I could do Knights of the Old Republic, which is actually an interesting thing, I believe. But I would actually use cheats to make the game a little bit more stable, because I played the game and you weren't able to do anything because all your stats were so low, and there are no way of actually going around and leveling a lot however you like. I mean, there are set enemies that you can't increase them, decrease them, or anything. If you open a door, there is a set enemies in that room. One room, for instance, I know, you open the door and go into the room, there is like 5 enemies there. That's it. Actually, let's fill it in on this side first, because then we can put up the lanterns. Ow. Oh crap. Run! want to try something. Let's go to where we have a little bit more open space. I'm gonna go and grab bone meal. Ah! If I do this now. Yeah. Just as I thought. I actually have a lot of stuff on me that means I can't pick it all up, which means I have to go back to the house for a moment. I do have an ender chest over there, so let's put these in there. I won't put anything else away. The other mod, I know for a fact I could not remove all the wood with the axe for that. The other wood cutting mod. But I can with this wood cutting mod, which means I can cut down these trees, which are good. I can use the entire blocks for the floors. Don't worry, I'm cleaning this up. I don't know, maybe I'm gonna stop becoming like security guards or something like that. It would actually be fun if you can like start making wood golems and such. I mean, iron golems are technically expensive. Of course, when you get an iron from up there, like nothing. But until you can get iron golems, then wood golems, even stone golems, and so would actually be a cheaper option. Of course, they are weak as hell. They won't be able to take down as many zombies or skeletons or spiders as an iron golem might, but they can at least keep you safe for a short amount of time. I will take a picture of this one later, because I think this tower will be pretty perfect to use as a thumbnail picture for the next generation, technically, because we are reaching 100 very soon. Actually, this is the 100th one. This is the 100th episode of Minecraft Lord of the Rings mod. So that does technically mean that we need a new thumbnail. I usually do it by every 15 picture, but I had a little issues getting something to work, so I decided to make it to 100 instead. I mean, I am expecting this episode to reach probably 500 episodes total. Yeah, I know, that's a lot. But we do have a lot of things to do. And as soon as we go to Middle Earth, that's giving us even more options to do. Oh, come on! You can at least give me a chance to fix it all. Ah! Alright. A little bit more light. What do you think you're doing? What? Ah. I mean, every zombie is dressed exactly as Steve is. So how many Steves have it existed in the world then? And lanterns moving me so the blocks get placed wrong. Oh, they're lagging, freezing, frozen. I mean, getting one of those every 2 to 3 hours is better than having small lags all the time. This is a very big base, but I won't add the farms in it. At least not the farms in general. We will see in the future. Maybe I will add in some farms, maybe not. But for now, we just gonna use it as it is, and when we finally got everything up and going, maybe we add in some farms that can actually function inside. I mean, a potato farm would actually function fine in here. What do you think you're doing? You're not allowed to use a bow, only I'm allowed to use a bow. Alright. Let's see. The middle point is here, which is 34. And if I go here, then so 34. Now it's 64, which means it's 30 blocks in space all over. I didn't even get that close. I don't have that much velocity that I would actually die from that. Would even take damage. I don't have anything to fill that up with. Alright, so that means the entrance is on that side, which means this is the side I would actually want the water elevator at. Right, let's use this block here. Yeah, I suspected that to happen. But I needed to get that water elevator to the right place. Did I get to the wrong floor? No, I got to the right place. The place I calculated to lie at. I want to try something. That worked well. Ow! It set me on fire! Alright, so start to block across from the middle points on each of the 4 walls. Well, it's circular, so technically it has many walls. Why is it open there? Well, one mistake, as I can see from this entire build. Well, wait. It's open in more than one place. It's open there, there, and there. But we can fix that up when we get to it. So, water elevators are gonna set up next time. We probably will see how many we have. I mean, I need to have it here because it's almost as far out as it can be on the top level. For now, we can put the birch in here and take that. I think those can go in there. So, until next time, I will gather some more wood. For we're gonna need a lot more wood to be able to make was it 1188 chests? Well, you need a lot of it at least. And it's gonna take some time to get that. But we've gotten a good bit on the way there. So I do believe that's gonna have to do it for this time then. So I will gather more wood off screen, and I will also go to the gold farm and repair my tools because they are a good bit broken a little bit. So they'll